What's up, internet? I'm CJ. I look really, really pale. It's because I don't have any lights on. See that behind me? That's usually on, and over there's usually like a glaring ball of light or whatever. There isn't today because it's hot as balls outside, and I have no air conditioning because my air conditioner unit has a leak somewhere, so I'm out of Freon. I'm out of Freon. So the only light I have is I've got a fluorescent light over there, which doesn't really generate much heat. And then I've got the natural lighting coming in, making me look like I'm a freaking albino. Anybody who watched my last video, my last 2-minute video, knows that I had some problems editing my previous video in which I rambled on about the things that I liked for like an hour. And so I decided I would do a much shorter video, and I would basically just talk about one of the things that I picked to talk about. And I would do it like a series of videos. Like today I'll talk about one thing that I like, and the next time I'll talk about something else that I like. So in no particular order, I think we're going to start with Supernatural. I don't remember what episode I caught first, but I definitely wanted to watch the rest of it after that. So yeah, I like Dean, and I like Sam, and of course I love Castiel. Castiel is amazing. He's my favorite. I think mostly because of the whole I just want to wrap you in a blanket and give you hot cocoa factor. Alright, so I've seen all of season 8, and then like I think 4 or 5 episodes of season 9. And then I stopped watching because, well, there were other things that I was into at the time, and then I just got frustrated with how the cast wasn't in most of the episodes. But yeah, fan of the show. I look at art. I read fan fiction. I'm in the fandom, right? Okay, so one year I went to Comic-Con. Well, actually, 2011, 12, and 13 I went to Comic-Con. And Misha Collins was at one of them. And so I made sure that I had enough money to get a photo and an autograph with him, right? Bam! You can't really see it. It's because the light is reflecting off the plastic. My bad. I would take it out, except no. The first day that we went, I dressed up as Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. But damn! For the second day, I went as a character of my own creation, so of course nobody knew who I was. She was a character I created for a series that I had intended to do before I actually got into a different series altogether. A series of fan fiction. Oh no, fan fiction. No. Well, okay, so here's the deal. In all of the supernatural stuff that I've ever watched or read, anytime a person who would classify as either normal or a hunter gets afflicted by some sort of supernatural business, they either go bug nuts insane and become the villain, or they kill themselves because woe is me, And I think that's crap. Like, I understand a moment of doubt, where like, oh god, am I even still me? But then, like, that person should just come back and be like, mental faculty check, yes, I'm still me, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing. I did read one story where that happened, but it was a fan fiction for Teen Wolf, and they had changed Derek's backstory where he wasn't actually a werewolf to begin with, he was a hunter, and then he got bit by a werewolf, and he was just like, well, fuck it, I'm still gonna hunt. Specifically demons was his thing. But so I created a character who got turned into a vampire at a young age, 19, and was basically like, well, fuck, this freaking sucks. I freaking hate like that guy who did that to me or whatever, and so decided that she would just go about and do her thing and try not to get killed by hunters, and then she heard about Sam and Dean and how they were kind of the most understanding hunters and a little bit fucked up themselves, and so she decided that she would join Team Misfit. And there's some shenanigans because Dean's just like, no, you're a vampire, you're friggin' evil, and she's just like, bite me. It's pretty good if I don't say so myself. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you where it's posted though. I mean, it's not like sexual or anything, but I'm self-conscious. Which is why I'm doing a video blog! So I dressed up as her. Sort of. I mean, she wears, freaking nerdy as hell t-shirts, and she has these jeans that are all kind of slashed up and holy, and they've been patched up with, with geek icons. Like she's got a 1-up mushroom, and she's got like the grow bigger mushroom, elsewhere, and then she's got like she's got Yoshi doing the peace sign, just patches everywhere, and she wears a trench coat as well, but it's not like the Columbo trench coat. It's like a goth trench coat. Her costume also includes really brightly colored sneakers, and she made herself a collar, an anti-decapitation collar, and it's like that thick, and it's supposed to go around her neck and be like, cover all of this while still allowing, maximum head movement. Anyway, she's a pretty awesome character. She's kind of tough to write because I have to do a lot of research, because I like doing that to myself, where I make things harder for myself than is absolutely necessary. She's OCD, not like, oh, I have to have tidy and everything has to be a particular way. No, more like, if I don't do this 3 times in a row correctly, then everyone I love will die. That kind of, actual OCD, and not just, I like things neat. And of course, Sam, who is like, in the earlier seasons, is the I care about everyone, mother hen kind of character. He's like super sympathetic, and Dean is just like, what the fuck is my life? Anyway, so yeah, that's who I dressed up as, and of course nobody caught on, but I did get a picture with these 2 people who were cosplaying as Dean and Castiel, and that was pretty cool. So I wore my trench coat that that BS had bought me for Christmas one year, and I wore black khakis, and I had taken that fabric paint, that puffy fabric paint, and I didn't have exactly the right colors, but I did a 1-up mushroom. I had green, and I had white, and I had black, and that was the best that I could do. And they didn't have the I didn't have that beige or whatever. Oh, Jesus, color change. Oh, it's getting cloudy, I guess. Alright. I just wore regular sneakers because I don't actually have brightly colored sneakers. I wish. Like, when I introduced her, she's wearing I think she's wearing a vintage Beatles t-shirt, the jeans, and she's wearing these bright blue sneakers that I don't really have a specific brand name for them. Anyway, but I don't have a vintage Beatles t-shirt. Woe is me. I do have a couple of smartass t-shirts. I have one that says, sarcasm is a body's natural response to stupidity. I could have worn that one. Or I have one where it's black and it's got like the evolution of man, but here is like upright man, and then here is hunched over man, and then here is guy on a computer. And it says something somewhere went horribly wrong. I could have worn that one. But the one that I'm wearing, that red one, it's sideways text, and it says, "You look funny doing that with your head." And I wore it because I anticipated that when I got my signature from Castiel, or from Misha Collins, that he would have to tilt his head to read it, thus, imitating his character, and I thought that there would be a laugh. No, when I went and got it signed, he was standing up, and that was, oh well, it happens. That was actually a really fun day. First of all, I did not know this because I never read the receipt. I wish I had. But it turns out that you can get 2 people into a picture with the celebrity. When you pay for it, you can have another person come with you, and then that's like a really good way to not have to pay $75. You can just have your friend come with you instead of having to buy a separate ticket. But I didn't know that, right? So I went in there and I got my picture from Misha. Well, first of all, I walked in, he looked at me, his eyes went down, his eyes went up, and he smiled. And that made me happy. 'Cause, trench coat, probably. And then, so we got the picture, and that was pretty cool. And then, my friend, BS, that guy, my friend BS was in line to get a picture with Michael Shanks. And, I was off waiting for him, because I was waiting with him, in line for a little while, but I got bored and I wanted to read, and I'd brought some books with me. And I'd already been through all of the, booths the day before, and I'm not really a walking around type of girl. And anyway, I don't really like crowds. Why did you go to Comic-Con? To meet my idols, fuck shit. Anyway, there's this thing where back in high school, people made a habit. I guess I have like a sign over my head that says walk slowly in front of me. But so I get easily flustered by that, and so I was just like, it seems much more crowded today than it was yesterday, and yesterday was pretty crowded, so I think I'll just read for a little bit. And we were meeting my friend later to do something, and she was dressed as Buffy, and that was pretty cool. We actually have a picture of me as a vampire and her as Buffy, and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, he was in line to get a picture with Michael Shanks, And then he apparently overheard somebody talking about how you can have an extra person on your ticket. And so he called my cell phone, because that's how we communicate over distances at Comic-Con. And he was just like, hey, if you want to be in this picture with Michael Shanks with me, you better get over here toot fucking sweet, sister. Those were my words, not his. He said pretty damn quick. That's boring. Toot fucking sweet. And then he hung up and he turned around and I was there. Like, I startled him, kind of. That was pretty funny, actually. So then we were in the picture. Look, there's me again. I actually laughed really loudly when we were leaving, and I think I hope he doesn't remember that. Anyway, and then when I went to get my picture with Misha Collins signed, and Lovely and BS went with me, and then there was nobody there. There was nobody in line to get a signature from Misha Collins, and I was like, what? Really? Are you guys done with signing for today? Is that why there's nobody here? But no, he wasn't done with the signing, so I paid for my autograph, and then and I was like, oh, this is my friend Lovely, real name inserted there, and this is my friend BS, real name inserted there, and I told him about the whole thing where I didn't know you could have 2 people on a ticket, which is why he wasn't in the picture. And you know, usually when you get a signature, you know, you shake the guy's hand or whatever if they're nice. I don't know. Everyone that I've ever gotten a signature from is really nice. So, and I was like, could you shake his hand instead? I will sacrifice that because I, you know, was an idiot earlier. And he's just like, yeah, no problem. And he shook BS's hand, and he's like, what's your name? And BS just stood there and didn't say anything. And he had this kind of like, you know, expression on his face. And it was the best thing ever. And I was like, BS, his name is BS. Real name inserted here. And so that was pretty cool. And then he's like, so what's your name? You know, who do I sign it to? And I was like, Cass. And he looked up at me, like, super surprised, like that had never happened to him before. And he was like, really? And I was like, really? So, yes. That was how I met Misha Collins, everybody. But yeah, so Supernatural, I really like it. I don't actually have any Supernatural merchandise, except for the DVDs, of course. But, I mean, Supernatural merchandise. Sort of. No, I just like the show, and I stopped watching in season 9 because I had gotten into Teen Wolf, and I was more concerned with where Jeff Davis was taking the storyline with that show that was awesome in season 1 and super cool in season 2 and kind of declining in season 3. And so yeah, but also because Dean wouldn't let Cass in the bunker, and that pissed me off, so I stopped watching. I've seen some spoilers from the rest of season 9, so apparently Cass goes back to the bunker, so I might watch the rest of it at some point, but right now I'm just kind of like, eh. Anyway, so Supernatural, woohoo! And next week-ish, you can look forward to a different video of something that I like.